the game as a whole?
I thought that I thought we competed hard in the game. We had to. Bowling Green's a hard team to play against. They're big. They're strong. They're fighting as we are for positioning. I think we have a lot of, we have a lot of room to improve. I think we played a lot of games in a short time, though. So pleased with that. Pleased that we were with the opportunity that we were able to play all four lines. Certainly happy for Blake Pedla. Happy for him to break a record that his goalie coach, Jamie Phillips, had, and I've been able to be here for both of them. 100-year history. Great source of pride in seeing that and being part of both of those guys' careers, and a couple other milestones. Brian Hallinan and Trenton Bliss getting their 100th point of their career tonight, and I think Brian's over 40 now, and Bliss is on his way to 40. So not to overlook any other players, but those are some milestones that those guys have worked very hard for, and we hope that there's others that see that and get energized by it and look forward to others doing the same.
How was the atmosphere tonight? Does Winter Carnival ever play into you behind the bench?
It was a hard game. I'm going to be honest with you. I think our turnovers were high. I think I thought we really had to coach tonight because I don't think we were mentally sharp, but I do think that we got better. I thought we did a good job in the third period. Made them go through numbers and played pretty well with the lead for the most part. But I certainly think that there's improvement to be made. But I'm very happy with the result of the game, knowing that there's more left within the group to some improvement that can be made.
You kind of touched on it, but you guys have played an awful lot of hockey in the last couple of weeks. How much do you think that plays into a night like this?
It plays a lot into it. We could really use an off weekend, but we're not going to get that. So we'll have to manufacture those within the week. So I give our guys a ton of credit. I think that, again, the body was really willing tonight, and I think the minds are tired. But I think they focused and made adjustments and did what they had to do. I thought our penalty killing was outstanding. I thought our power play getting 2 goals was okay. But again, I think part of that was I thought we stood still quite a bit, and then when we finally got some movement, I thought it paid off. But I thought our penalty kill, I thought our guys did a really good job. The guys that were penalty killing, and it hurt losing Bots early in that in the second period or first period. It was in the first period. He took a puck and wasn't able to return, so that puts a big dent in our special teams. So I thought the guys played through that well, and Mosley filled in really well for us.
Do you have any update on his condition at this point?
No, that'll be a doctor's thing. Okay. I don't think it's not serious, but it could equate into tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, as you said, Mosley stepped up. Nardella also stepped up pretty big in a role there. Mm-hmm. How has it been recently having that depth at your disposal recently, the past couple of games, especially with the amount of scheduling that's been happening?
Yeah, it sure beats the alternative. We have a lot of good hockey players. There's players that aren't playing that want to play badly and are giving it every day and bringing it every day. And so the guys that aren't playing really owe it to the entire group. To do their best. We looked quickly. I looked quickly before I went upstairs. We won the game and went to 8th when I went upstairs in the pairwise. That's tough. You win a game and you go to 8th. That's how important every game is. You could lose a game and stay at 7th. Like we did a week ago or something. So, we just have to keep taking care of business for us as this season winds down and do our job. But everybody's contributing. The players, the coaches, the players that are getting a lot of minutes, players that are getting less minutes, players that aren't playing, training staff, equipment staff, fan base. Everybody's on board, and we're certainly feeding off that. I think it would have been a much more difficult game. I think when you asked the question about Winter Carnival, it would have been a much more difficult game, I think, without that energy to feed off of. So. It worked out well for us. Do
you expect to take the same approach with maybe having rest days and stuff still, since we don't have that bye week?
Yeah, we have to get some guys, and there's that's where I have to trust our medical staff and Tyler. she'll ask on what's the best, what's best. Like you have to stay active. Right now, I think it's as much resting mentally because when with all these games and things, how much are guys able to really focus on their studies? But they have to focus on their studies and who has exams and who doesn't have exams. And I think the Winter Carnival probably helped with having Thursday off. That probably helped to some degree. That's really a big deal. Nutrition, recovery, cold tubs, everything. That's all a huge part of it right now, and that's not my expertise, so I have to rely on the people that do that for a living to keep our guys ready to play, and they've done an excellent job so far.
Being a goalie yourself, what does it mean to you to be a part of what Blake is doing right now, getting that record for single season shutouts tonight and tying the school record for career shutouts at the same time?
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. So, and that's with Jamie probably as well.
Yeah.
It's the individual milestones. You take pride in it as a parent. Takes pride, knowing that tomorrow I may have to clamp down on somebody and be the heavy. So it's important that everybody, we're getting great leadership. We're getting great leadership that's keeping this ship in the right direction. It's more that right now than anything the coaches are doing because we're really trying to distance a little bit so that they can get away from it. I'd love for guys to go to somebody's house and have a nice dinner and not even think about it. I mean, I'm sure they're really looking forward to just spending a little bit of time sleeping in on Sunday and then watching the Super Bowl. We have one more big game tomorrow before we do that though, and but our leadership's been great, and the guys are following that leadership, and you see who's leading us. So it's obvious to see, and everybody's kind of climbing on. So including me, just climbing on.
Any major lineup changes for tomorrow we can expect?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We got to look at the whole gamut of it, and all these games are. All these games when you're in a mid-level pairwise hunt for a automatic bid, it changes things a little bit. If we're in a different position like we were a year ago or whatever, we're still playing guys and looking at guys and to some degree, although we were very good last year, we just had trouble scoring. Every bit as good last year as we were this year, we just had trouble scoring. But when you're in a position like this, it changes the dynamic of everything a little bit. It's we're playing right now as much for that as we're playing for any playoff position or things like that. And the playoff position is a byproduct of what's at stake right now. So, and I think our guys are responding well to that.